Recording in progress.
Please come to a resting position in your body. Your shoulders at ease, your neck resting on your spine, your eyes gently closed, and perhaps the natural rhythm of your inhaling and exhaling is being revealed to you as you become more and more still. Now you become aware of your surrounding, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting physical sensations, and thinking. All these happen, and we don't want to change anything. Trying to change anything means we are asking for suffering. Transcending any worries from today, forgive yourself for any wrongdoing, verbal or bodily, with the intention to purify your verbal conduct and bodily conduct. You bring mindfulness to the present, to the forefront, whether it is your breath, just pure awareness, just being aware, or scanning your body. You are fully present with anything your mind does, with the goal of guiding this mind toward purification of the mind, freedom from thoughts, freedom from defiled states of the mind. In other words, simply seeking a state of purity in your mind. You let things be and begin to rest. Without you doing anything, many things get done, such as the process of you inhaling and exhaling. If you feel a feeling that is negative, recognize it, name it, Allow it to be, and it will go away when it is the time for it to go away. No pushing away, no suffering. In other words, no self, no suffering. Whenever you feel like adjusting your posture, you bring mindfulness to it. With full presence of your mind, gently change your posture then, and then reconnect with the purity of your mind. The goal of leading a very holy minute or minutes in this exercise. Recognize also the five snakes. The five snakes are just doing their own things. These are called five obstacles, such as feeling sleepy, feeling angry, feeling attached, feeling restless, and doubting the process. Once again, feeling sleepy, feeling angry, restlessness, doubting, and being attached to things. There is an escape from these snakes without making a noise or stepping on any one of these snakes or feeding them. Anytime you notice their presence, recognize them, respect them, bring something wholesome such as loving kindness in your heart, release them from your attention and relax. Dwell longer on the relaxing step. Do this as many times as you can. Anytime you feel distracted, recognize it, release it from your attention, relax, and bring up, return to your loving kindness, giving loving kindness to your body, to yourself, to the beings above, below, and across. Like a candle without moving anywhere in any direction. You just sit here still, and the candle's light keeps radiating in all the directions. Loving kindness takes you all the way from anger to the purity. When I make these statements, you may bring a corresponding feeling in your heart so that you feel what you hear verbally. May I be free from anger. May I have the courage to abandon anger. May I act and think with loving kindness. May I dwell perceiving the universe, my surrounding, with the eyes of loving kindness. May I hold all the dear ones in my heart that is full of loving kindness. May those near and far away feel this loving kindness, my goodwill and good intentions. May those animals getting eaten today in the next hour notice the softening of your heart, and that is your compassion. Without getting caught up in grieving, knowing with equanimity that you cannot do anything about it. It is the nature's way. You radiate loving kindness and compassion now to wherever it is needed. You may not feel strongly the act of radiation of loving kindness, but you have the intention of it. That is so powerful, so impactful in this world. Not many beings choose loving kindness. They choose anger, frustration, giving up, fighting, arguing, quarreling, destroying. But instead, we now choose peaceful dwelling in our heart. Everything gets done. May all beings in front of you, above you, below you, on your left hand side, on your right hand side, be well and happy. May all beings be well and happy. Let us do an exercise that is about breaking down the barriers together. Now bring any difficult person to your mind and radiate loving kindness. Visualize this person smiling and happy. It does not matter what they are thinking now. In your mind, in your heart, you are wishing them happiness. You are generously, kindly doing a favor to your own heart by releasing them and breaking these barriers, obstacles that keep your mind from expanding to higher realms of existence, and release them from your past, from your future. Put them in a bubble of loving kindness. All conflicts disappear. with a little dose of loving kindness. May they be healthy. May they receive kindness and care. May they be free from obstacles. May no harm come to them. May they be free from anger. May they be free from hatred. May they be free from wrongdoing. Now wait, whoever comes to your mind, whether it is your family, neutral people, or someone just popping up in your mind, wish them happiness. You are ready. Let that loving kindness, goodwill be freely giving, sending it wherever it is needed. Turn the page to equanimity, where you see your side and their side as well. We all suffer in our own ways. And when you find equanimity, share that too freely in all directions. When the heart feels unconditional joy, share that as well. These are sublime states or heavenly states where your mind can dwell upon loving kindness, compassion, unconditional joy, and equanimity. Bundled with loving, bundled with mindfulness, you are at a very, very good place in your mind. May all beings be well and happy. Now feed your mind with vitamin Q, just quietness. Mind when it is quiet, there is some contentment there. Allow it to settle in and make room for it. Let it be expanding. Feel the spaciousness. Thoughts arise and disappear, but without your doing. That is the natural way. It is not only thoughts, feelings arise. If it is anxiety, oh dear little anxiety, hold it dearly in your heart. Give it so much love, and you will find equanimity in the quiet feeling that arises and disappears whenever it wants, and see the mind change into a feeling, a new positive feeling, or another not so positive feeling. It does not matter, but it is there. Mind is there with the feelings, not the thoughts anymore. And then find the quietness again. Notice the gap between your thoughts. Notice the feelings. Notice the tranquility. Notice whatever it is that you can notice with a heart full of loving kindness. Please gently come out of your meditation, and if you feel like stretching, feel free to do so. And I hope you had a good time meditating. Okay, so for the next 20 minutes or so, I like to share some little teaching. Um, so recently we had a group of chaplains visiting from a hospital, and Judy happened to be here, and we asked this interesting question from them downstairs in the main area. Um, the question was, what do they do to find equanimity in their day-to-day life? And I'm going to ask that question from you. Just curious if you ever even thought about that equanimity, or finding equanimity in your life, or if you found equanimity now in this meditation practice that we did um, right now. Um, in their responses, you might be curious what they said. Uh, they said some of them walk under trees in their campus, so they find equanimity there. Some go to the chapel and pray, and they find equanimity there. And some of them go to their favorite bakery that is somewhere near where they work. That was interesting to hear that they do that, and and they offer a guided meditation there as well on a regular basis, and there they find equanimity. And there are many ways you can find equanimity. In my case, I would say through meditation, I find equanimity. Also, when my mind says I can't do something, I prepare and do it. And by facing it and challenging my fears, I find equanimity. Showing my mind that what I thought is completely not true, that I have all the tools necessary for me to do this somewhat challenging but doable task. You know what I mean? Sometimes our mind has the biggest voice saying, no, you can do it. There are others better, that kind of thinking. I find equanimity so much after giving 200% of myself with all the discipline and all the preparation and doing it, and that way there is so much equanimity. And I feel like that's a very good kind of equanimity that I can find from within. Um, Anything you want to say, or should I continue? No pressure. What is equanimity, right? This kind of connects with what we discussed last week as well. Um, Equanimity, the Pali word is upekka, and this has um two pieces in it. Upa ikha. Like upa is like closely, ikha is seeing, seeing closely, seeing as things arise and pass away, not taking it personally. So seeing, like in the meditation, we kind of tried to do this exercise where we see a person as a difficult person, but we also see our side that we may have contributed to that behavior without knowing that we did that. Sometimes we need to reverse our position to see how much suffering we may have caused without knowing or intending to do that. To see that behavior in the other person, that also comes with the wisdom that they too suffer in their lives, and we can't fix them, but we can certainly send equanimity their way, which is not a practice that many people do all the time. But when you see two people fighting, if you can radiate equanimity, that is the best gift you can silently give. Verbally fixing somebody can take any direction, but equanimity without words is so powerful. So I think equanimity is um, let's look at the position of equanimity. It comes at the end of the four sublime states: loving kindness, compassion, unconditional joy, and when that joy disappears, your heart is at equanimity, this balanced state of mind which sees things as they are, not the way you want to see them, but just the way they are, the way they arise and the way they disappear, without your doing it, without your saying that it should be this way or it should be that way. If there is a human being, they suffer unless they have developed their mind to such an extent where they are beyond that suffering, or they know a different way to hold that suffering in their heart. That, for example, the Buddha himself had back pain. When he had back pain, he gave a short teaching and asked, delegated to another monk and said, "Can you continue? I need to go rest." But did he suffer in that? He knew that this is arising depending on the conditions then and there, but he knew the truth about it. Therefore, he did not, his heart was not affected by the body's doing. You know what I mean? He even complained that his body is like a broken cart, that it's painful. He was feeling the aging body. But did he suffer? His mind was at peace with it. It was the truth. Most of us don't know how to hold the truth as the truth with equanimity. Therefore, we create so much suffering, especially at, say, working in a working environment where there is a meeting and somebody perhaps talk too much, and your mind immediately goes to like, when does this person stop talking? I have ideas, I have thoughts that I can also contribute, but this person is. So instead, can you radiate loving kindness? Can you radiate equanimity? Can you change the way you hold the whole experience? Because it's beneficial to you. It's good for your mental health. It's not actually changing too much. It's just the way that you hold it in your heart. Because whatever happens, happens. In the next moment, an asteroid can come and collapse on the roof, and things can be so different. Life is like that. But that doesn't mean that we can enjoy the moment we had with this meeting, with this group, right there, where there is so much beauty, so much good. I think we need equanimity to see that. So much equanimity in our hearts to be able to see that. So it comes with cultivation, and in one of the discourses of the Buddha, this is called Halittavasana Sutta. Uh, this is in Sanyutta Nikaya, connected discourses of the Buddha. There are about 7,000 discourses there, small teachings given in different places. One time, these monks were in the village and they happened to meet monks from other traditions. They were also monks and they asked me, "What do you guys practice?" And these monks said, "These days, the Blessed One taught us practicing the sublime states loving kindness, compassion, unconditional joy, and equanimity." And those monks said, "We do the same. You guys are not different from what we do." So, and these monks didn't respond to that. They went to the Buddha, and the Buddha said, "We do something different." Next time they say this, ask what what is the prox uh, uh, what is the goal that what is the proximate goal that you can reach with loving kindness? Ask them this question. Ask them what is the proximate goal of compassion. Ask them what is the proximate goal of unconditional joy, and ask them where equanimity takes you to, and they will not know how to answer. And now you must be curious. What is the goal of loving kindness? Loving kindness, when you have cultivated a heart of loving kindness, you see so much beauty in the world. It takes you to a place where your mind is liberated into a state of beautiful. It's called Subha Vimokha in Pali language, in the Buddha's words. But you see the ugliest thing or the most annoying thing as the most beautiful thing in the world. Isn't that amazing to experience it that way? That is the magic of cultivating loving kindness. Imagine thousands of monks living together and they don't have loving kindness. They try to correct this monk, correct that monk, say the way you hold the robe is wrong, and the way you walk is too fast, the way you talk is too harsh, stuff like that. These are little ways that aversion comes out from us. Instead, they hold everyone with loving kindness because when you cultivate it more and more and more and more, when you make it your regular way of doing things or being naturally, you only see beauty. Now, when a baby is crying, you can complain about it, or you can just radiate loving kindness to this baby. Or if it is your baby, you can ask, what can I do for you? Without the baby talking, you understand what this baby needs. This is compassion. Can we do that? Absolutely, we can. It's a choice we make. This is this leads us to compassion. Compassion has spaciousness as the goal. Infinitely, you feel spaciousness when you cultivate compassion. That is the goal. That is what those other monks didn't know. This is how the Buddha taught. And um, unconditional joy, many, 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 many joys that you feel, it brings you to infinite consciousness. You feel it infinitely. That's the goal. You see consciousness, joy consciousness arising, 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 arising infinitely. It's just without a reason, you are joyful. It's unconditional. And you are willing to share it with the universe. And equanimity, when the joy disappears, you're just okay with it. And that has nothingness as the goal, not even space, not even consciousness, that you are okay with nothing. That becomes the goal, and you are okay with it. These are higher levels of meditation that one can achieve, and you remain them in like a trance state and dwell in there because of the work you did before achieving these goals. And your mind is completely at peace in those places. Any questions so far? Or did I confuse you with words? Um, I will mention the four Pali words for the sublime states. Loving kindness is called metta, compassion is called karuna, joy is called mudita, and equanimity is called upekha. Buddha told monks to continuously cultivate these with mindfulness. Be mindful that you always cultivate a heart full of loving kindness toward yourself, toward all beings. Okay. I will say one last thing. This is for the Zoom audience. I know um, a dear uh, family's daughter is going to Northeastern University, and there is this Dhammapada teaching that I wanted to link with the teaching today, because going to college is something we all have done, and it's challenging at first. And I think we can apply this teaching of the Buddha, uh, of course, with loving kindness and sublime states, but also the Buddha said, um, Utthanavato, being energetic, Satimato, being mindful, Suchikammasa Nisammakarano, doing the right thing at the right time, not procrastinating. We tend to procrastinate. I'll do the assignment tomorrow. I will do this work next week, and then you end up getting so stressed. Um, and sanyatasya. Sanyatasya is like restrained in your faculties. This means, friends will say, come to this party, come to this dancing. All of that, of course, you should do. That's about socializing and building new relationships, but with a balance, um, with the student life. Student life takes 100% of your attention. Like when I was a student here, I had to drop being a monk. That means when I received invitations to teach, I said, no, I have to be a student fully. And that is what other students do. If I don't give myself fully to studying, then uh, I will fail there. It demands so much of my time. And with that comes Dhamma Jivino, righteous living, saying no to wrong living. With that person, Appamatta, someone who is heedless. Uh, heedless or heedful? What is the positive word here? I always get confused there. I think heedful is the right word, right? Someone who is continuously paying attention whether they are progressing. Yaso Bivardati, that kind of person has a good reputation. So in a school environment, it's not actually being just good at uh, books and homework only. It's about having a pleasant attitude toward professors, engaging in conversations, being fearless to start new conversations, and also expressing your ideas, not dwelling too much in your thoughts. Get out of your thoughts. Life happens, and not blaming yourself when things go wrong. And that way, there is so much equanimity, so much loving kindness, so much joy, so much compassion that you can cultivate in everything that you do. I hope you remember it. um, all right, so that is the teaching for today. It's 6:49. Any questions or anything that I should elaborate more? Or questions on Zoom as well, if you feel like asking questions on Zoom.
Thank you, Bante. That was very helpful.
Yay! I'm happy. Yeah. Um, you have really achieved such a great achievement, and I will be celebrating it and will be looking forward to hear your experience as you experience your life as a student. And I'm so excited. I feel unconditional joy for you. That means I have no jealousy. I can celebrate your achievement completely, happily, and I will be radiating that toward you all the time.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Yeah. Any question? Okay, let's share merits, and that will be it for today. Okay? Please bring your palms together and join me with this wish. May suffering ones be suffering free and fear struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect you all. And the teachings, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May you be well, may you be happy, may no harm come to you, may all your good purposes be fulfilled, may the influence of malignant beings does not affect you. May there be all blessings. May good things um, happen to you always. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you and have a very good evening.
Tiravan Saranai Bhante.
Till Saranai, take care. Good night. Until next time.